When I think of a kiwi, I think of a small, fuzzy, green-fleshed fruit, good for the summertime with strawberries, or a small, flightless bird of about the same size. As it would turn out, a kiwi is roughly the size of a basketball. Now, personally, that had me shaken to my core when I learned that. But that did get me interested in the country of New Zealand. New Zealand is a small island country in the southwest Pacific, just west of Australia. Now, the small island country itself is comprised of two islands, the northern and the southern. In the northern island is located the capital, Wellington, as well as the largest populated suburban area, Auckland. Now, while the country is relatively small and an island, it actually has a wide diversity and range of geographical features. It has active volcanoes, glacial lakes, valleys, fjords, as well as beaches and the Southern Alps. Now, that is incredibly different, ranging, but that made it perfect for filming the movie Lord of the Rings. Now, as earlier mentioned, the island is just west of Australia. Um, because it's just west of Australia, and Australia was settled by the British also extended to the island of New Zealand, and that means that New Zealand is part of the Commonwealth of Great Britain. Their government type is a constitutional monarchy with democratic elections within the country, and there are two different levels of government. There is the central, and there is the local. Now, central deals with everything you would kind of expect. The military, nationwide taxation, roads, housing, welfare, healthcare, things like that. As where the local government will take care of things like water, waste disposal, sewage, electricity, things like that. So they have an interesting election system in that they are technically loyal to the Queen of England, Elizabeth II, but they do have democratic elections within the country. Now, those elections are different from the United States, the culture in which we find ourselves. For one, the elections take place every 3 years as opposed to every 4 or 2 or 6 in the United States. You are able to vote at age 18. You actually get two votes: one for the party that you choose to align with, and one for the person you're voting for. It's a mixed proportional government system, meaning that if one party gets 25% or 30% of the country's votes, then they get 30% of the parliament is that party that was voted for. And as with the government system being borrowed from Great Britain, so too was the religious aspect of it. Much of New Zealand is Christian, with it breaking down to about 49% being some form of Christian, whether that be Catholic, Presbyterian, and then you have another 42%, give or take, that doesn't claim any religious affiliation whatsoever. And then you have between 6 and 10%, depending on the survey, other religions, whether that be Hindu, Islam, yeah. So New Zealand is a fairly interesting country. I enjoyed learning about it, and it has a wide range of geographical landmarks and different biomes, a fascinating, streamlined government system that works for the size and population of their country, as well as a changing relationship with religion, and flightless birds that are about the size of basketballs.